today's the day we go figure out how to throw a thunder cricket. I haven't made a video on a thunder cricket, so the only way to do that is do this, man. We're going out there with one rod. We've got the boat hooked up. I brought one rod today. I hope I don't mess up the rod or do anything. I didn't think about this when I did this. Oh well. One rod, one bait. That's all we're gonna throw today. We're just gonna throw the thunder cricket. If we go out there and I don't catch anything, that's gonna be the show. You know, I didn't think this thing out with the whole one rod thing. We'll be all right. I rarely ever mess up any rods or reels or anything like that. But yeah, so going out, haven't been on the lake in a while. Got a bunch of rain. I think it's muddy out here. I've been down at the doing a whole bunch of other stuff, traveling around, so I hadn't really got a chance to come out here. So I don't even know what it looks like. It's a dead sunny. I mean, there is not a cloud in the sky, and we're gonna go see how the thunder cricket plays today. I think we'll catch him. We'll him. But anyways, check it out. This could be really interesting or really disappointing. One of the two. I mean, look at that. I mean, I didn't even really hardly set the hook. I just reeled into her. She was hooked so good. All right, there it is. One rod. What on rod on the deck? One thunder cricket. Now I did bring extra thunder crickets. You know. I wanted to, I don't know what color I'm gonna throw. So, other than that, that's all I got. One rod. Let's see if we can go make this happen. Man, I'm a little nervous about this. This is gonna be, this might be for a long day. All right, guys, let me show y'all. That is mud. I mean, it is dirty. I was not expecting this, but hey, that's all right, because sometimes, like, we kind of sometimes get too worked up into like the watercolor and some things. I'll adjust to it, but I'm not saying I'm like gonna freak out like I can't catch fish in this. Like I said, so if it's this dirty, pretty simple: white and chartreuse or black and blue. That's what's kind of cool about the mud situation. You don't have to worry about the colors as much. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be one of those two colors. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably put on black and blue, just because. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for one, probably like a 1/2 ounce thunder cricket, and then I'll kind of show y'all what I'm used as a trailer, because I kind of use different trailers than a lot of people. So let me find go with the 1/2 ounce, just because I'm not going to really try to fish that deep. So with this muddy water, they're not going to be deep. I know that, right? Like, they're just going to be a lot shallower. There's a couple things going on. So as you can see, it's dead sunny out here. Just got out here, haven't made a cast. It's getting close to the springtime, guys. And when I say that, they're days away from spawning, which is kind of my perfect time to throw this thunder cricket. That's kind of like when I like it the most. They kind of get really aggressive days before they get on beds. They get real, I don't want to say territorial, but they're just aggressive to things, because that's just in their DNA to start being like that. So a lot of the times it's not even that they're hungry, they're just aggressive towards things. So I got that going on. It got almost 30 last night, so it's cold, but it's gonna warm up. So I know the bite's gonna continually get better. Even though it's dead sunny and a high pressure day, it's gonna continually get better throughout the day. That's what's kind of cool. And on days like this, you can kind of prepare. It's always nice thinking that, you know, it's gonna get better. So if you struggle at first, it might just be because of that. So I got that going on. Since it's so muddy, I want to get a trailer that is going to put off a lot of vibration, or just even add to that vibration. I can take a black and blue rage bug, and I do this a lot, right? And what I'll do is I'll just split the tails. I'll take this part off, okay? And what I'll do is I'll get it down to just that. okay? And I'll put that vertical on my Thunder Cricket, right? So I won't put it horizontal, I'll put it vertical. I'll either do that or I'll take this big cutter tail. And a lot of times I'll break it off that much. Okay, and what'll happen is you can put that on the back of one, and man, that's really throwing out a lot of vibration. I'll do that. I'm gonna probably go with the Rage Bug at first, but there's a good chance throughout the day I might switch, just because this place has got really big ones. So I don't mind going a little bit bigger bait, a little bit bigger profile. I mean, there's a good chance I might even put on the big Rage Bug. But see, that's what it's gonna look like. Okay, and that way, like I said, those tails, now you got two tails going back and forth vertical, looks just like a big old perch. It's kind of perfect for this. So let's go to work. Let's see what we can do. There's one. Look at that. Way back here too. It's the first one. Ain't a giant. I mean, way back here, and that's what I wanted to see. Like, I mean, we were in the almost creek to creek. It just hammered it. Not a big one, but I mean, still 2.5. Not too bad. But I mean, that just shows me a little something. I mean, you saw I caught that fish way on up there. Like, they still might be pretty shallow. So that's pretty cool. Only been fishing about 15 minutes, and I kind of maybe already figured something out. Maybe we'll kind of figure it out. I was looking at these bushes about how shallow they are, but I'm also in the channel. But the channel's, guys, the channel's only 2 foot. So it's not like it had a whole bunch of deep water to go to. I might keep going just a little bit further in here. I can't really go that much further. Still might figure something out on the way back out. I might throw more in the channel than at the bank, even though that first one did come. It's a hard one, man, when you throw at that channel stuff like that. It's hard to see, hard to know if that fish was in a foot of water and came off the bank, or if it was sitting off the break and came out of the channel. But it's just so hard to know off of one fish. You also gotta be careful about catching one fish and getting dialed into that just one bite. Sometimes it's a good one, sometimes it'll lead you astray for an hour or two. He just loaded up on that one. Hey, there's a good one. Golly. Man, I thought I was hung up for a second. They're way on, they're far out here, man. That is that second place I was gonna come. Not a bad one. Oh, I mean, I did not realize I even had one on there, man. Pretty good little 4.5 pounder. Oh, pretty cool. Man, so I started, guys, right over there. And I went all the way through there. Remember, I told you I was gonna come out here and just start coming out here in the middle. And I could probably go to some other places and get bit. The deal is, I think if I can get bit out here, here's what's going on in my head. As that water went up, they all spread out there and went all throughout here, right? And as that water drops, they all start coming back, right? And there's gonna be a spot out here where they all came back to. Now, I'm not saying every fish in this creek, but I feel if I can find them out here, I might be able to catch a bunch. And I think I can find those females somewhat stacked up. Now, they might be in a spot where I'm making, you know, cast after cast, or they might just be in an area or a depth, you know. Right now, we're at about 4.5. And that's kind of, I don't want to really have to try to catch them deeper than that. I think if I have to catch them deeper than that, it's going to get a lot harder in this dirty water. So I'm going to try to stay, like I power pole down. Now I'm just going to start fan casting around, see if I can't get another bite. That one did not bite like that other one. That other one just hammered it. That one was just on there. God, they're biting slow. I mean, they're just barely, I had to slow down a whole bunch to catch that one. Man, it's just I got a Team Lose Hyper Mag. It's on 8.3-1, and I've got it on 20-pound Sunline Sniper. My rod I'm using, this is a Falcon Buku. They make some Falcons in the Lowrider series. It's called XD Cranker. It's the same blank. This is just a couple years older. I just had it rigged up, so I really didn't change. It's a 7'9", and I really recommend using for chatterbaits anything over 7'6". And I'll be honest with you guys, for years I tried to make the chatterbait work on a 7'3", 7'4", 7'2", stiffer rod, and I finally just switched over to this 7'9". It's almost like a really heavy cranking rod, and man, it was night and day as to how many fish, one that I didn't miss when they bit, and that I didn't lose while fighting it. The rod's a big deal. But I got it on an 8.3-1, and I'm still a guy that likes to throw reels with a lot more. What that is like rotations per. Anyways, I like to throw reels with. I like to throw reels with a higher reel ratio, and especially when it's cold like this. And there's a different reason. I'm not so worried about trying to get my bait down there. I can get my bait down there and on top of the grass and work it slower. But these bites aren't going to be very aggressive, and I really want to like pick up line when they hit. So I really want to reel really hard into them, because a lot of times when they bite so light, you really don't know you have them on there. So I don't want to, if I accidentally can't feel the bite or something, I want to be able to really pick up line and get in and put some pressure on them. And that 7'9" rod, what's great about that is this tip on there is extremely sensitive. So that last bite I had, I could just barely feel like just the smallest little tick. And so that one I really didn't have to lean into. The one I caught before, the bigger one in the grass, she was just on there. So I thought I was hung up. And that's once again where you want that reel, because I was hung up in the grass. And by the time I started feeling her, instead of setting the hook, because I wasn't in position, I just reeled real hard. And that line lets you pick up that slack and really set the hook in it without actually moving your rod tip. So it's just some things to pay attention to. You know, I've only had 3 bites, but I've been able to land all 3 of them, not miss one. That's the only bites I've had. And when it's tough like this, I really didn't think about today. It's the second day after a major front, and probably one of the worst fronts we've had all year within temperature-wise, right before they're going to go on bed. So it makes it even worse, because the water temp was really warm, and now it's probably the coldest it's been all year. But we're still getting some bites. I've only been out here an hour or so, hour and a half. So we're gonna go The 3 bites I had have been almost all the way back in the creek, or really close to the creek channel. So I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna go way up the lake, and I don't know what's gonna be like that up there, but if that's the case, it might be really good. You don't want to be sitting there trying to make it work. Golly. Sorry, I'm out here fishing. I said I'm out here fishing.
You got raper?
No, I'm at a little lake by my house. It ain't very good because it's pretty it's so cold, but yeah, I'm catching a couple. All right, so had a just caught one. I had another bite over there. It came up swirling on it, and it missed it. I was on the phone with Brian New when I caught that one, and once again, man, that 8-3-1 reel. If you could see how fast it ran out of there. I'm in real shallow water, and I always know this when they're in shallow water. They scream out of there, man. It's so hard to catch up to them. So that's where that 8-3-1 comes in play. I've only been up here like 15 minutes. I've already had 2 bites. We're gonna get some more, and you're gonna see how fast they come out of there. You'll be able to see it, and you'll see why that reel's so important. Put on white for the last 45 minutes. I don't even want white, I want chartreuse blue glimmer. A little bit of, that's the color I really want. I hope it's not too late to see. I almost hope I don't do any better. Oh. Well, I hope that doesn't matter, man. That was about 10 casts. Huh. Yeah, I probably caught one way on out here. Oh, there's another one. Well, there you go. I don't know if it's color or where I'm at, but all of a sudden, that's 2. God, just don't know if it's timing or me switching colors. They might be out here, guys. I think this is where the big females are at. Oh yeah. Man, I just lost one. And these are all females. I've been catching males. I think they're all out here. Golly. Finally starting to figure it out a little bit. God, they are white too. That's my second one in like 10 casts. The other one was big too. I don't know if it's just time of day. We catch some more right out here. If y'all didn't see that, I had to reel about 20 times to catch up to this one. It just shot out of there. I mean, golly. That's why I was talking about having a high-speed reel. Because when them big ones like this hit, but if you notice, look at how I had that thing hooked. I mean, look at that. I mean, I didn't even really hardly set the hook. I just reeled into her. She was hooked so good. Finally found them big females, man. They've just been sitting out here. God. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I'm about done. Not bad, man. 4 hours. I think I caught most of them in the last hour. I kind of figured it out. I can't say that the color was the difference because I fished the last 30 minutes without a bite, and I think the area was a little bit better. I'm not saying the white one wasn't better, but that was it. Not bad, man. I mean, I made it. One rod, 2 baits. Same bait, 2 colors. Pretty interesting. I might have to do this again sometime. Pick another bait and just throw it all day long and try to figure them out. It's pretty cool because if I had probably, you know, used more baits or brought different stuff, I probably would have changed a whole bunch. And to be honest with you, the bait was perfect. I mean, it was exactly the bait I needed to throw today, and I knew that. But finding them, you know, so I mean, it's kind of one of those deals that if I had picked up a different bait, maybe I'd have missed those fish because it was the wrong bait or something. So every once in a while, you can go out there with the bait, with one bait, and still figure them out. Thunder Cricket did it today. We'll see y'all. We're gonna have to come back out here in a couple days. I might pick a different bait and come out here and see what happens. I might pick up the new Strike King Hybrid Hunter, try that one. So we'll see y'all there.